Hi, this is Mrs. Stratton's 8th grade technology class.
Welcome to chapel. Yay, we got it.
Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of the world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Oh, soul, are you weary and troubled? No light in the darkness you see. There's light for a look at the Savior, a life more abundant and free. Through death into life everlasting, he passed and we follow him there. For us sin no more hath dominion, for more than conquerors we are. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of the world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. His word shall not fail you, he promised. Believe him and all will be well. Then go to a world that is dying, his perfect salvation to tell. Oh, turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of the world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Oh, turn your eyes upon Jesus. Oh, turn your eyes upon Jesus. Oh, turn your eyes upon Jesus.
What's going on, everybody? It's Joker there once here again. We're excited. Actually, we're going to start something new starting this week. We're going to call it Ask Me Anything. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to get in some teachers, maybe some other students, some people who work at the school, and we're going to get your questions that you give through Instagram that we're going to ask them. Basically, as simple as that. And today, our first guest for our AMAs, Ask Me Anything, is Mr. Desia. Welcome, welcome. All right, everyone welcome Mr. Desia in the chat. Say hello to Mr. Desia in the chat. Appreciate you. Mr. Desia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
You are in a nice place outside.
Because inside the classroom, we don't have any sun, so I'm taking a little bit of sun before sunset here.
Here's some of the questions that have come in through the students on Instagram. So that first question for you, they ask, what is your favorite instrument?
My favorite instrument is the violin.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. Listen to that.
Mans was ready.
It's amazing. It's just one instrument and can make you cry and give you a lot of emotions. For me, violin is an amazing instrument. Of course, you need to know how to play it. But if you play it like that, it's amazing. I would like in heaven to learn how to play the violin.
Another student asked, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, when I go to an ice cream store, I always like to ask for a combination of eggplant and cilantro. Well, no. Actually, the one that I like the most is dulce de leche.
All right, there it is.
Dulce de leche is one of my favorites.
I thought you were gonna go with the eggplant situation. I was like, that is another level I do not know about. Another student asks, can we go to DC?
Yeah, no, I've been dreaming about that, but with this pandemic situation, it's not going to be possible to do it as a group this year.
Another student asks, I don't know who the student is, Mr. Desia, but they ask, am I your favorite student?
Yes. I don't know who you are, but you are my favorite student, of course.
I have one more question for you, Mr. Desia. A student asks, do you miss us?
Yes, that's what I miss the most here at school. I miss the students. I like to have fun. That's what I miss the most, the students. So I hope and pray that, soon we are going to be able to get back here. So stay safe, and soon, one day we are going to be back here.
Most definitely. Thank you, Mr. Desia, for being our first guest for our first series of AMAs. Let's thank Mr. Desia again in the chat. Please show him some love. Please, please, please. Mr. Desia, we'll see you later. Peace. What's going on, everybody? It's Joe once again, and really excited to talk about something that is coming up in the next few weeks here for Chapel, and that is trying to include more dramatic arts. And maybe you've seen skits or theater before, and that's basically what this is about. It's, getting into character to make a point about something. And so here today, I have three amazing junior high ministry directors. I have Zealand, Kiana, and Brianna, who are going to share a little bit about their experience with dramatic arts. How did you get into dramatic arts? This is a question for everybody, actually.
I started dramatic arts because I love movies and how people just act out stuff like it's nothing. And so actually when I started in third grade, Pastor Linda was still here and she had started a drama club and I started there and it was so fun and I loved it. And I kept going throughout and going to acting camps and stuff. It was really fun.
Hi, so my name is Kiana. I first got into drama when I was babysitting one of my dad's coworkers' kids. She was really bored. We had nothing to do, and so I wrote up a skit for her and I to perform in front of her parents. That was when I first actually started writing the skits, and I've been really into it since then.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianna, and I always loved acting and singing and dancing, just performing in general. So when I was really little, I used to play around and do performances for my parents and my family, and me and my cousins would do that together. And I remember in 5th grade specifically, I was in a performance of Grease, and I really enjoyed being a part of that. So ever since then, I've been really into acting specifically and just performing in general. That's
amazing. How has dramatic arts been helpful maybe in in connecting with others, maybe connecting with yourself and to God. Is this like a way of worship that people can experience? Like how is that?
What I have personally found is that when you're acting or performing, you kind of like put yourself in someone else's shoes and you're forced to think creatively and to kind of think outside the box. And so I think that it's definitely a way, because you're kind of out of yourself for a moment, like thinking how someone else would think. So you can kind of look back and reflect on yourself and be like, whoa, someone else would do things differently. Or you can kind of see how someone else would be feeling in a situation. And I feel like that definitely helps when you're trying to get to know people and communicate with people, because you can kind of see their point of view of things because you're used to doing that. And I feel it's definitely a way that you can get to know God better, because you are putting yourself, especially when you do performances in like a biblical kind of thing, you're putting yourself in those characters' shoes and kind of imagining what it would be like to be in that moment and have all your faith in God and stuff like that.
If anyone is interested in getting involved with the skits coming up, getting involved with dramatic arts coming up, we're gonna ask you that you DM us on Instagram at Campus Ministries JH, or you can head over to llaministry.org. Why should someone get involved with dramatic arts?
You know, drama is kind of like a sports team, except minus the athletics. Everyone here that you work with kind of becomes your family, and you have a whole new support system other than the friend group that you were used to before. And you get to meet a lot of new people. You get to put yourself into a role where you don't have to be yourself. You can take out your frustrations by being an angry character. You can be a happy-go-lucky character. You can be whatever you want to be in drama, and that's the amazing thing about it. You don't have to be yourself. You're not confined to who you want to be. It's whatever you feel like being in the moment.
Just getting to see them once a week or twice a week or whenever the group is going to meet, it's just, you know, those people like heart to heart, and you know all the different aspects of them in acting, and you know them. It's a real connection. You can like write skits or like be a part of the set making and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different aspects to being a part of a drama team, and there's lots of different ways to express your creativity and let out your frustrations and stuff like that.
We're excited to have you on the team, so go ahead and DM us on Instagram. Check out our website, llaministry.org. We hope to see you in the mix. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace. My friend Ivan and I were biking in the hills of Loma Linda when he was bit by a dog. Ivan and I were going as fast as we could down the hills of Loma Linda, as we usually do, and he was turning the corner, and Ivan was leading the way, and as he turned the corner, there was someone walking their dog, and Ivan got a little too close, and the dog got really angry and lunged at Ivan and bit into his calf. Ivan managed to shake off the dog, and we kept biking down. When we met at the bottom of the hills, he was not in a good shape. We called up one of our friends who brought us to my house, and I was like, we cannot tell anyone about this because this is kind of embarrassing. And he was like, don't tell anyone. Let's just figure this out. So I got a garden hose and I washed off the blood, and that did not help. I got some bandages, not real bandages, little band-aids for this bite. That did not help. Eventually, I was like, okay, we actually need to get some help. And Ivan said, no help. We finally had to tell his dad because he had to go to the emergency room and get stitches. We found out that if he didn't get stitches, he would have got infected probably and got worse of a medical condition. You know, sometimes we experience something unexpected or something overwhelming. And for some reason, we try to convince ourselves that we have to do it alone. The truth is, we were not created to do life alone. Life is better together. And in Mark chapter 2, we read of this story of Jesus back in his hometown of Capernaum. And he was teaching, and the place was full, the place was packed, but there were some friends who had a paralyzed friend who could not move. And they needed to get him to Jesus because they heard of the amazing things Jesus was doing at this time. And so what they did, after looking around, they got on the top of the roof, broke open the roof, and lowered their friend on a mat in front of Jesus, in front of everyone.
and Jesus heals this paralyzed man. Two things stand out to me. First of all, great friends for figuring out what to do to get their friend to the front of Jesus. The second is the courage it took for the paralyzed man to be lowered in front of Jesus and all these people. I mean, it would have been a very vulnerable thing to experience, to be lowered in front of everybody. As we enter into this Thanksgiving and Christmas season, it is critical for us to understand that we need each other. Again, we were not created to do life alone. You see, this friend who was being lowered on the mat, he was being lowered with paralysis. What do you need to be lowered on the mat with? Is it anxiety about the world? Do you need to put on the mat stress about a test? Maybe tension going on at home? Maybe a fractured or broken friendship? This friend was lowered by his friends who were willing to break the roof. Who are your friends that you can count on to break the roof with when things are getting tough? Are you a friend that's ready to get in the mix? See, Jesus is ready to heal and to restore. Let's bring each other to him. May God's goodness and wellness be your companions this weekend. Until next week, peace.
Thank you for joining us for chapel.
See you next time.